Hi guys, my name is Khushbu
And my name is Roshab,
and welcome to our channel A Couple in Canada.
a couple in Canada.
Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, we've just been busy with some work and we couldn't upload any videos. So today's video, let me tell you about today's video. So today's video is about how we both landed a job in 1 month in our first month basically when we landed here.
Yeah, so we came to Canada on the 4th of October 2019, and by 17th of October, I had already started working in my first job, and by 7th of November, even Khushbu had started working in her first job. So, all in all, the interview process and everything else did not take a long time. So what we wanted to do was very quickly create a short video and tell you exactly what helped us to get these jobs in the first month itself. So before we left, we had decided that any one of us, whoever gets lucky, is going to pick up the first job that we get, even if it's an hourly job. Now, fortunately, for Khushbu, it was me. I ended up getting an hourly job, which was very close to where we live, and I decided to take it. Now, what kind of hourly jobs you want to pick, it's totally up to you. But definitely, there is no harm in picking up an hourly job over here, because even on minimum wages, you can make something around $2,000 after tax in Canada, and that is good enough money to pay your rent. That could easily support, half of your daily, more than half of your monthly expense. So, if you and your partner both are okay to do hourly jobs, that means that you both can easily earn $4,000 in the first in a month, and that could easily support you to live not in a basement or live somewhere closer to like downtown or midtown. So definitely have that plan, decide who's going to take an hourly job up. So my experience getting an hourly job was very simple. I decided to apply obviously through LinkedIn. That was something that we both used to do, but we also looked at a local website called Indeed. Now I would strongly recommend Indeed, because Indeed posts jobs which are lesser known on LinkedIn. So you could have a local business who's looking for maybe employee, or you could have more hourly jobs posted over there. So please consider looking at websites like LinkedIn and Indeed when you're looking for hourly jobs or jobs which are maybe temporary.
So here comes our first tip that Rushabh already said, that not only LinkedIn but look at websites which are popular in the city that you're going.
Yeah.
Like in Toronto, Indeed is really famous. In fact, in Canada, Indeed works really well, especially for local jobs and finding hourly jobs. So that's our tip number one. That's something that really helped. Now the next thing that helped me and him both, so till he started his job, what we actually did is we actually went store to store giving our CVs. So here's something you can do is from back, like from wherever you're coming, remove your remove printouts of your CV and come. So you are not removing printouts is expensive over here, plus you don't want to come here and then start looking for, oh, where do I print, because it's not like India, in every
There's no Xerox wala everywhere, and
Yeah.
you might struggle. So definitely, like she's saying, थोड़े printout लेकर आओ and try and have like a part-time CV. So this CV does not need to mention your millions of achievements. In fact, part-time CV के लिए और पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स के लिए अपना CV सिंपल रखो, कि आपके पास अगर सेल्स एक्सपीरियंस है या आपके पास रिटेल का कोई एक्सपीरियंस है, तो बस वही 2-4 लाइन में लिख दो, बिकॉज व्हाट दीज पीपल आर लुकिंग फॉर इज at the end of the day just people who have some basic experience, someone who can be trained.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like, there are a lot of grocery stores over here which keep kind of looking for it. So then you can write that if you're coming from India, then you feel like that you have work experience working in a grocery store. So kind of you're giving an example of, oh, you've done something similar back at home also.
And if not grocery, just say you have like customer facing or customer interaction experience. उतना भी बहुत है. Customer service का experience होगा. I mean, at any job we are doing that. Like even if you're a marketing head, you're dealing with clients, so that becomes your customer. So don't underestimate what you've done in India. Just phrase it better.
Yeah. And also, one thing is that don't say that if I'm going door to door, I'm only going to go select place कि नहीं बड़ा बैंक दिख रहा है या कोई बड़ी स्टोर है, इनको तो सिर्फ ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट पे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. दैट इज नॉट ट्रू. यू कैन एक्चुअली गो एंटर बैंक्स और बिग स्टोर्स एंड गिव योर CV, ask them if there is any vacancy and give your CVs, and you might hear from them as well.
Yeah, in fact, one of the great things that happened with Khushbu was she's not as shy as me, so she would just go and ask employees that work over there, and a lot of times people are nice over here, so they'll tell you, yes, we have vacancies. If you find anything like that, just go on their website and then apply. If they are not accepting a CV in store, at least through that store employee you can find out if they have any vacancies going on. So this is how Khushbu kind of had 2 or 3 job offers before the first month got over. She just randomly asked people over there, and then luckily by submitting the CV either to the store manager or through online, she knew that there was vacancies in those stores. So that's how we both ended up with jobs in the first month. Now, an interesting thing that worked, and maybe tip number 3 for us is, how we ended up at the same place,
Yeah.
working together.
So, because Rushabh had to bite the bullet, I got a little picky when it came on, choosing the right offer. By the end of the first month, I had 3 offers in my hand, and then I picked the one which was closer to my work background. Now,
Yeah.
we both of us come from marketing background, and then finally I found a job in marketing, and then I started working there, and then I realized that it's something that can fit for both of us, so I referred him for a job. So referrals is something that works strongly over here. Rishabh was going to tell you more about it.
Yeah, so if one of you ends up in a job which is closer to your field, and then if you happen to be one of those couples that are also working in the same field, it's easier for he or she to recommend you in terms of just passing your CV across, because at the end of the day there's always lots of people applying for any open job. So if you know somebody who works in the company already, the best thing is that nobody is going to give you a special treatment. Like, you're not going to be straight away selected, but then what it helps is that there's already some trust in an existing employee, so they are the HR of the company is more likely to look at any CV which is referred by he or she. So which is what happened in Khushbu's case. She sent across my CV, and fortunately I got an opportunity to interview, and then luckily I cleared all the rounds. So definitely, if not your spouse, if you know anybody who lives in Canada who's already working in a big company, small company, ask them to forward your CV. That's all. Don't expect anything else after that. As long as your CV can be seen by somebody, I think you have a good chance of at least being called for an interview if they feel that your CV matches their job description.
Yeah. So this now leads to my another tip is that whenever you see a job posting on LinkedIn or Indeed, always make sure that you alter your CV. So
Definitely.
basically customize your CV with the job that they are looking for, because not every time you send your CV, there are a lot of companies which use software. So what happens is they pick up few keywords from here and there. So always try and match your CV to the job description which has been mentioned.
Yeah. So when by the time Khushbu referred to me, I already knew that the HR of the company is looking for a certain kind of experience, which I already had, but not necessarily mentioned it on my CV. So I had the time and I had the guidance from her to kind of just quickly adapt my CV to match the job description. And that is one of the biggest reasons why we ended up working at the same place, but also getting closer to our field. Never ever choose the easy way out. Put in that little extra effort, because majority of the people don't really care. They use the same CV, they use the same easy apply on LinkedIn, but be different, work that extra hard, wo 2-4 minutes, whatever that you put extra is going to help you stand out.
It's definitely worth it. And this actually, like Rushabh has had a longer experience, in this than I have done. I've seen him actually making changes on each and every application that he's done.
Yeah, and both of us are nowhere saying show fake experience or anything. We strongly against such things. Only if you think you qualify for the role, we would say make sure that if there is a part of the job description that you can highlight in your CV, you should definitely do that. Now, cutting short, 9 months that we've lived here, I have already moved on to my second job. So we don't work together anymore. But the initial part was probably easier for us than most. And one thing that we'll always say is please be optimistic. There is absolutely abundance of jobs if you are looking in the right places in the right way. But have an open mind, be okay to work at designations and levels much lower than what you were used to. And just be a go-getter. Like, that's something that I learn from Khushbu every day, and then something that I try and incorporate in my life. If you're shy like me, or if you are apprehensive about whether or not should I do this or not, don't think. You've come here for a better life, and step number one is to just pick up something, start getting Canadian experience. Thanks to the few months that we worked together, I was able to land a role which is much closer to my experience after a few months. So any amount of Canadian experience on your CV will help you get another job much easily. And yeah, that's all. We don't want to say anything more. I think we wanted to keep this video short. If you guys do have any questions, please post them in the comments. And yes, please subscribe to our channel. We are new. We'll try and be more regular. There's a lot more things that we want to share with you guys, in terms of what's happening right now in COVID and how the job situation is. So definitely look out for our videos. Please subscribe, please press the bell icon and give us a thumbs up. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
and be safe.
Yes, be safe.